Sadguru Nannagaru. My Guru is Jinnuru Sadguru Nannagaru, a realized spiritual master. He is not in body now. Sadguru Nannagaru is a disciple of Sadguru Ramana Maharshi. Sadguru Nannagaru guided and mentored lakhs of his devotees spread across globally on the Gnana Marga in the spiritual journey of one's life. He toured various parts of India and abroad and delivered thousands of spiritual discourses which are inspiration to vast number of his devotees even today. Nannagaru's love for his devotees is indescribable. No amount of words can describe his love for his devotees. I am trying to convey Nannagaru's messages in the form of short episodes to the best of my knowledge and ability. This is episode number 3, Sadhana for Realization of Truth. There are 4 paths for realizing one's inner self. Bhakti Marga involves devotion and total surrender to the favorite God. Gnana Marga, realization through the knowledge of absolute truth. Karma Marga, actions are carried out through dispassion and selflessness. They appear to be different, but they are all same and expound oneness. Namalvar is a poet and saint. He is 5th in line of 12 Alvars. He says, O Perubal, in the beginning of my spiritual journey, I thought you and I were both existing. But now I realize you alone exist. This is the moment of bhakti culmination into oneness. If ego and body identification, that is, I and mine, are removed, anyone can realize one's inner self in this very birth itself. Let us look into another example to understand oneness. Ramana Maharshi is a great saint, Jivan Mukta and Sadguru. When Bhagavan Ramana was on the verge of leaving his body, a devotee came up to him and said, Bhagavan, you are leaving us and you are going away. Who is going to take care of us? Bhagavan replied, show me the place where I can go. Show me the place where I can go. I am not going anywhere. The inference to what Bhagavan said is as follows. Unlike us, the realized person is not bound by the limitations of the body. He experiences that he is everywhere in the entire universe and beyond. He is one with the absolute self. Such is the glory of oneness. Aham Brahmasmi. What is sadhana? Sadhana simply means endeavor. Endeavor to control the mind, endeavor to control the senses, endeavor to improve one's own behavior, endeavor to serve others, endeavor to help others without expecting anything in return. The process of realization. Whatever the sadhanas that we undertake in our spiritual journey help us to remove impurities in the mind. However, there are certain impurities in the mind that are like Titanic, very powerful. The strength of our sadhanas are not just enough to destroy such boulder-like impurities. It is only through Guru's grace such impurities are destroyed. Ultimately, the ignorance is totally eliminated by the grace of Guru only. Removal of ignorance means removal of ego, also called as I, and body identification, also called as mine. When I and mine are gone, the absolute truth reveals itself and the person is said to have realized his inner self. Examples of sadhana: removal of jealousy. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. There is no difference between sage Vedavyas and Supreme Lord Vishnu. The knowledge of Vedas was in the form of a heap. Sage Vedavyas had classified that knowledge into 4 Vedas: Samaved, Rigved, Yajurved, Atharvaved. Sage Vyasa understands that in Kali Yuga, people are entrapped in sensual pleasures and will have neither time nor interest to pursue the Vedas. Hence, sage Vedavyasa has given summary of all Vedas in 3 simple sentences. They are as follows: what is good for me is good for others. What is not good for me is not good for others. How a person wants to be treated at by others, he also should treat others in the similar fashion. These are very simple to understand but very difficult to put them into practice. Let us see a small story. 10 crabs were put in the long open glass jar. Then all crabs started struggling to get out. One crab somehow crawled up to the rim of the open jar and was about to jump for freedom when all remaining 9 crabs pulled it down. This has happened with all the 10 crabs. The inference of the story is people want to prosper, but they will not let others prosper. People want all good things in this world to come to them, but they block all good things reaching other people. People strive their best to reach higher echelons in life, but they create impediments for others to prevent them from becoming their equals. These tendencies are born out of negative emotion called jealousy. People need to nip this tendency in bud stage itself. Arjuna is called as Anasuya. The one who is bereft of jealousy is called as Anasuya. There is no trace of jealousy in Arjuna. Because of this one virtue, Lord Krishna was so impressed and taught supreme knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Takeaway from this episode is one should get rid of this jealousy in order to progress in material life as well as in spiritual life. Lord Sri Krishna explained how Yajnam, Dhanam and Tapas should be carried out in one's life in Bhagavad Gita. We will discuss that in the next episode. Thank you, Sadguru Nannagaru.